Welcome to this week's video. Yeah, I'm going to rip my bike apart. A while ago I switched to having an electric mountain bike and I never want to use a normal bike again. I have used this a couple of times since and it's horrible. I like having the assistance of an electric one. It's a road legal for the UK electric one, it's not one of those basically electric motorbikes. And it is enough so it makes cycling actually enjoyable for me. So, I'm going to have a go at tearing this down just to clean it up, tidy it up, re-grease some stuff, and probably sell it. I've been meaning to sell it for a while, I just haven't really got around to it because I've been kind of lazy. So, yeah, but to reiterate, I have no idea about bike maintenance. Everything I figure out usually is from YouTube, so there will probably be a few moments where I'm looking at my phone because I'm looking at YouTube to figure out how to do stuff. I never really torn one down properly, so I don't need to do a huge amount of tear down. It's more the gears area, it's all been left for quite a while. I've had this bike since I was about 17, 18-ish, maybe closer to 20, so that's 20 odd years, so it's been a good bike, and it still is a good bike, but I don't use it, so yeah, well, first things first, I've got to figure out how to try and clamp it upside down. I've got a feeling I could probably figure that out with my workmate, so let's get going, shall we? Yeah, so this is a pre-intro to the original intro. This video almost didn't exist. I decided I wanted to do a video of me pulling apart my old bike, cleaning it up, and fixing it up to sell. And within 5-10 minutes of starting, I lost my rag with it. I was a little bit out of my depth. I knew that I was going to be a bit out of my depth for trying to do stuff, but I was very out of my depth, which is a bit daft because bikes are quite a simple thing really when you look at them. But yeah, so I was planning on stripping all this down and cleaning it up, re-greasing everything, putting it back together, and it starts off with me not even being able to get the chain off because I don't have a chain link remover tool, because I'm so used to just everything having those little clips, which I could have worked around and sorted out, and then more and more stuff, and then when I tried to put it back together again, other things died, and yeah, it just ended up being a bit of a bad thing. I had to walk away, but I'm still going to carry on. Not everything goes right in the real world, so hiding it's a bit dumb. So yeah, so we'll go back to the original intro and carry on from there and watch you see me get annoyed. And when you see me switch to these clothes, you'll know that we're back at the real time, or the new time, after I realise it's going to be a bit shit. Cool. Right. Let's get going. And that's that job done, thankfully. Or it's at least to a point where I can sell it now. The rear derailleur probably still needs a little bit of adjusting, but it basically works. Yeah, that's the main thing, that it actually works. There isn't a frayed cable wrecking the system. So yeah, not one of the funnest jobs. I think that's the most frustrated I've got with the job since I started doing them, all these videos again. But not everything can go fine all the time, so I thought I'd still put this video together and post it. So yeah. But yeah, hopefully the next job, which I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, will go well. So just need to tidy up now and then I'm done. So if you watch this, thanks for watching. All the usual YouTube stuff. Cheers.